Dude, my back. Can I get a different chair?
I got a gaming chair.
What is a gaming chair?
Helicopter, helicopter.
If you're looking to buy peripherals for your gaming setup, you've probably seen a lot of products that have a gaming branded onto it. But the question is, what makes something like this for gamers and this not so much? Well, it gets a little tricky, especially nowadays where the gaming audience has become target for companies to milk out extra money. Because in the end, gaming is a luxury. It's a really expensive hobby to get into, especially if you're a PC gamer. I'm here to educate you guys on what you need to actually look for,
and if gaming versions of products is actually better for gaming
when buying things for gaming. Wait, just letting you guys know, I've broken down the rest of this video into the 5 different product categories. I personally would like you guys to watch it all the way through, but you know, feel free to skip around if you'd like, but please don't. I mean, it's there for you, but please don't. I made it really... So when it comes to desktops, there are 3 different types of PC to look for. We're talking about office PCs, gaming PCs, creative PCs, but let's talk about the priorities of each of these computers. When we're looking at workstation PCs, we prioritize things like RAM, storage, and maybe CPU. Now, this is because we are trying to multitask. For basic programs like Microsoft Office, browsing the internet, entertainments like videos, and quickly accessing files. And if we're being completely honest, most of you, the viewers, and myself included, have actually had one of these computers at home. Now, these aren't really for gaming, but maybe you play a few Minecraft games or Roblox dressed to impress. But that is typically the extent of gaming that these computers will allow. Now, creative and gaming PCs are just upgraded specs of these workstation computers. And I'm assuming most of you guys are just gamers and not really interested in the creative PCs, right?
My disappointment is immeasurable. And my day is ruined.
Okay, just in case, here you go. Now, when it comes to gaming PCs, most people actually only think about the GPU. Now, this is not good because of bottlenecking. You need to make sure you have a good CPU. Better case and fans for temp control, and also RAM size and their clock speeds can make a big difference. But shopping for gaming PCs can get really confusing, since when you search gaming PCs online, you'll be flooded with a lot of companies and computers to look through. So when buying something as expensive like gaming PCs,
there are a lot of things you should consider and do. So,
here are 5 things to think about when buying a gaming PC. What games are you even trying to play? Are you a cozy gamer that enjoys playing games like Minecraft Sims, or are you a handsome Chad like me and enjoy games like Valorant and end up hating yourself for the majority of the day? Or maybe you enjoy very visually pleasing games like Horizon. What is your budget? This is probably the most important thing to consider when you're buying your computer. Once again, I'm gonna say gaming is a luxury. It requires us to have a good amount of money to invest to even enjoy the hobby itself. Your budget directly influences what type of PC you can even consider to get. Are you a budget gamer? Do you have quite enough money to spend for a mid-tier PC? Or are you a trust fund baby that could afford to put in tens of thousands of dollars into PC just to get Iron 1 and Valorant? See performance differences of parts for the games that you want to play. Obviously, you can start by looking up something like, how much FPS can a 3060 give me in Valorant? But make sure you know what CPU they're using as well. To build or not to build? I mean, that's it. Do you want to build it or do you not?
in the end, this video really isn't about how you should go about buying your PC. But to answer the question of is there a difference between gaming PCs and normal PCs, the answer would be yes.
Now, contrary to popular beliefs, I don't really think there is a gaming keyboard. As long as you're not using those office membrane ones, any mechanical keyboard will do, is what I would have said if magnetic switches didn't exist. Magnetic switches are crazy for one thing and one thing only. Other than the fact that there's this thing called SnapTap that Razer kind of invented, it kind of allows you to know one of your counter-directional binds so that if you're holding A and then you tap D, it'll cancel the A movement and just only put the D. This became a big issue to the point that CS2 actually banned it. But just the fact that you could set your actuation point for each individual keys is insane. But what is actuation point? Well, pretty much think of it this way. Actuation point is a distance of how far your magnetic switch has to go before your keyboard sends message to your PC. Now, if you don't understand what that is, here's a little skit that I made for you.
Let's say you have to do squats and it only counts as 1 if you go down like this much. And sure, this is fine, but it's not fast enough. But with Hall effect switches, you could decide to go as low as this much, and it will still count as an input.
Now, if you're thinking that might be a little too good to be true, it's actually a real thing. Now, a lot of different companies have this option available now. Anywhere from High Ground, Booting, Razer all the way to even Keychron.
These keyboards also have a feature called Rapid Trigger, which allows you to have a really high-speed key actuation and reset. All in all, allowing you to spam your button as fast as possible, giving you a very controlled movement.
Now, keyboards with Hall effect switches are actually very expensive. So let's say you're not going to be getting magnetic switch keyboards. Then what is the difference between a mechanical keyboard that's for gaming and mechanical keyboard that's for everyone else?
Not much, really.
Before magnetic switches, I would have said that no matter what kind of mechanical keyboard you get, it's gonna be all the same. But now with Hall effect switches, I mean, there is no going back. When you look at gaming headphones and you compare it with regular ones, you will see one big difference. Well, two, because obviously, first of all, these are a lot uglier than normal headphones. But most importantly, most of these come with really bad mic attachments. Now, you have for sure seen streamers and content creators use professional mics like the Shure SM7B or just a nice XLR mic like the Rode Pod mic. But if we're being 100% honest, 99% of you guys don't really need an external microphone. I mean, there's a reason why gaming headsets are called headsets and why so many people like having these tiny mics on their heads. But there's actually nothing that really makes a gaming headset better for gaming that's worth an insane investment. Obviously, if you are a console player, you have limitations, and having a combo headset allows you to listen closely to your games and talk to your friends. However, if you are a PC gamer and you're trying to figure out if you want to get a gaming headset with a mic attachment or headphones with an external mic, there's something that you should know.
For majority of gamers,
honestly, you'll be fine with a budget of $30 to $70. No one is asking you to get a better mic, and when you're investing more than $100, I mean, you can do so much better with a separate audio setup. Now, for you guys to understand a little more, I have two headphones right here at two different price points. And I want you guys to see the difference between the mic quality of a headphones like this.
Okay, one sec. While I was editing, I found out that the recording of that video was really low for both mics, so this is what the $40 headset sounds like. Now again, it's nothing crazy, but the biggest thing I want to show you guys is that the difference between a $70 headset and a $200 headset. And now,
alright, so another pause, because while I was editing, I was informed by my comments that the Blackshark V2 Pro that I was using was the 2020 version, not the 2023. Now, there seems to be a big improvement with the mic quality with the V2 Pro of 2023. I don't know why they didn't call it V3 Pro, but nonetheless, I don't have the version with me now. I will try to order it sometime soon, but it's kind of expensive. But here's a video that I found online by Random Frank P.
Much more natural tone to my voice and for the mic test here. This is all stock, unedited audio.
Now real quick, if you are going to get a $70 headset, like I said, I would say these are probably my favorite. These are the HyperX Cloud 3s. And not sponsored or anything, but overall the comfort, the design, and the mic I think is one of the best. And if you guys didn't know, I rated a bunch of different headsets from different brands from this series that I did that was just rating a full gaming setup using one specific brand. If you know, you know. But I found out that these are probably the best for the money. I mean, it sounds good. It's not like super crisp, but for 70 bucks, it's actually amazing. And it's really comfortable.
Now this is where the gaming branding actually makes sense. And for most day-to-day activities like scrolling the internet or I don't know, Microsoft Paint, I don't really know what non-gamers do day-to-day with a computer, you'll be fine with the low refresh rate.
However, this isn't true when you're trying to play games, so here are some things that you should look at before you buy a gaming monitor.
Obviously, when you're playing games, you have a lot more frames being pushed out. It doesn't matter if you're playing a fast-paced game like Fortnite or something slow and methodical, and takes more skills and for better looking people and have a fun, more exciting gameplay like Valorant. High refresh rate is the first thing gamers think of when buying monitors. I mean, it makes sense, right? It's really important, very advantageous, but there are other components to monitors that actually make it better for gaming. This is pretty much latency. How long it takes your monitor to display what is set for your GPU. When I was starting off gaming was like 1 millisecond. That was like what's really good, and that was what people expected. But nowadays, there are monitors that goes as fast as 0.1 millisecond. And I can't even express how fast that is.
Wanna see me run to that mountain and back? You wanna see me do it again?
Now this is actually something that is deemed as important to people who aren't gamers as well. A lot of gamers play on 3 different resolutions, 1080p, 1440p, and 4K. Now contrary to most beliefs, gaming isn't all about sweating and being the best in a lobby.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
A lot of gamers actually like to play immersive games But when deciding on these resolutions, it really depends on what games you're wanting to play and how much your PC could handle higher resolutions. Like if you have a really budget PC, you're not gonna run 4K games. I mean, there's other things that you need to worry about too, like size, panel type.
And overall, there's a lot of different hardware that goes into making a really good gaming monitor. But if you're looking at the bare minimum and you're trying to decide what makes a gaming monitor actually good for gaming, these are just some of the things that I would really consider.
The final boss, the most important peripherals for gamers, the gaming mouse. Now, just to let you guys know, I've bought thousands of dollars of gaming mice myself, like for my own money, just to see what's worth it, what's not, what's a scam, what is an underdog. And yes, gaming mice and other mice have different features. Now, before we get into the deep mud of things, it's not just about how much money you spend, but the price isn't really the biggest factor. Like, look at this $100 mouse that is worse than a $40 mouse for gaming. Right here is the Logitech MX Master 3S.
And just because it's more expensive than, I don't know, this Logitech G305 does not mean it is better for gaming. Right here, you can see how much of a delay there is with my movement. If I flick too fast, it doesn't really register all the way. And this has to do with the polling rate.
And reputable gaming mice like these are very reliable and very precise. I mean, these are so fast and accurate, it makes sure that you don't see any delay or skips no matter how fast you move your mouse. When searching for gaming mice, you will see insanely high DPI within their description. Who is actually using anything over 1600 DPI? I personally use 800.
This is just a joke, by the way.
But if you didn't know, DPI stands for dots per linear inch. And the higher your DPI, of course, means the faster the sensitivity.
But this is really happening because more data is being sent over from the mouse to the PC. So the lower DPI you play on your mouse, the less efficient it is at utilizing higher polling rate.
And for this video, that's pretty much it. And I know most of you guys who are watching this video right now are smarter than me and think, oh, I just wasted like 20 minutes of my time. But if this helped at all, let me know. And if there's anything that I missed, please teach me. But with that, thank you for watching.